Hello everyone, my name is Raven, and welcome to Raven Gaming Labs, and welcome back to what is probably the final video on the entire Unity controversy, fiasco, debacle. And it is, they actually finally apologized, but let's go on ahead and let's read it. An open letter to our community by Mark Witten. To our community, I'm Mark Witten, and I lead Unity Create, which includes the Unity Engine and editor teams. I want to start with simply this: I am sorry. That's an actual proper apology, not "we're sorry you're confused," which made everything worse. Sorry, let me back up there. We should have spoke with more of you, and we should have incorporated more of your feedback before announcing our new runtime fee policy. Our goal with this policy is to ensure we can continue to support you today and tomorrow and keep deeply investing in our game engine. You are what makes Unity great, and we know we need to listen and work hard to earn your trust. We have heard your concerns, and we are making changes in the policy we announced to address them. Our Unity Personal Plan will remain free, and there will be no runtime fee for games built on Unity Personal. Awesome. We will be increasing the cap from 100,000 to 200,000, and we will remove the requirement to use the Made with Unity splash screen. No game with less than 1 million in trailing 12-month revenue will be subject to this fee. For those creators on Unity Pro and Enterprise, we are also making changes based on your feedback. The runtime fee policy will only apply beginning with the next LTS version of Unity shipping in 2024 and beyond. Your games that are currently shipped and the projects that you are currently working on will not be included unless you choose to upgrade them to this new version of Unity. We will make sure that you can stay on the terms applicable for the version of the Unity editor you are using as long as you keep using that version. For games that are subject to the runtime fee, we are giving you a choice of either a 2.5% revenue share or the calculated amount based on the number of new people engaging with your game each month. What does that even mean? Okay, anyway. Both of these numbers are self-reported from data you already have available. You will always be billed the lesser amount. We want to continue to build the best engine for creators. We truly love this industry, and you are the reason why. We're also going to have a fireside chat hosted by Jason Wyman today at 4 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific, where I will do my best to answer your questions. In the meantime, here are some more details, and we're going to look at that link in a second. Thank you for caring as deeply as you do, and thank you for giving us hard feedback. Okay, so I have a lot to say to this before we go to the next page. First off, thank you for the actual proper apology. I am not a Unity user. In fact, as I've said in all my videos, I'm well known for not liking the Unity engine. But it is a very popular engine. Lots of people use it. Lots of my friends use it. Their entire lives, how they pay their bills and feed their family is built around this engine. So it's nice to see an actual proper apology. No, we're sorry you're confused. None of that garbage. Now, I do like this part here. They made it completely free. They upped the cap from 100,000 to 200,000, and they removed the Made with Unity splash screen, which is crazy because Unreal and Godot developers love advertising that they're using Unreal or Godot. I think Unity has a bit of a marketing problem there where they need to make it so that people are not embarrassed to say that their game was made with Unity. No game with less than 1 million in trailing 12-month revenue would be subject to this fee. That's awesome. They're also not going to enter the legal minefield of where they just undid their, entire EULA and terms of service. That's also awesome. The only thing that I can really say about this portion right here, they did not address the EULA or TOS changes or how they plan to fix that in the future. That to me is still a really big concern. While I'm very glad that they, I'm very glad that they made changes, for the better, this still really isn't good enough. and I'm sure there's a lot of Unity developers out there right now that are like rejoicing and all this stuff, but they've made no concerted effort whatsoever to address the fact that they nuked their EULA in terms of service off of GitHub, silently changed it, and then proceeded to retro. Like there's no assurances that in the future Unity won't pull this crap again. And they can come out and say whatever they want in a blog, on a fireside chat, whatever they want to call it. But until they put it in writing, I do not care. I literally do not care. So that's still very concerning. But as I said, this is an improvement. Now this part right here, they moved away from installs to engaging. Okay, I don't know what that means. Maybe they clarify on the next page. They should just get rid of that and just have a 2.5% revenue share. Just, take the install. Like, they really want to call it installs for some reason. It's insane. And if it's whatever is the lesser of the two, just leave the 2.5%. When your developers make money, you make money. That is the best way to do it. Now let's take a look here. All right. Summary of the runtime fee program. Oh, boy. On September 22nd, 2023, we shared a letter with a summary of changes to our runtime fee policy. This page summarizes and replaces the prior runtime fee policy, introduced September 12th, 2023. If you're on Unity or Personal or Plus plans, the runtime fee do not apply. The new runtime fee will only be applied to Unity Pro and Enterprise. No games created with currently supported versions will be impacted. Only those created with or upgraded to the long-term support version released in 2024 or later, currently referred to the 2023 LTS, will be impacted. For those games, the fee is only applicable after a game has crossed two thresholds: $1 million gross revenue, trailing 12 months, and 1 million initial engagements. Again, they're like engagements, not installs. What the hell does engagements mean? Downloads? Now you're charging for downloads? Great. Someone's just going to download the game 50 times. So you're just going to have to, seriously, just abandon this shit, Unity. Honest to God. Abandon the thing. 2.5%. It's easy to calculate. It's easy to work with. This, engagements? Engagements? What the hell is an engagement? All right. After crossing these two thresholds, you can choose to pay the runtime fee, either based on monthly initial engagements, again, what the hell, or 2.5% of your game's monthly gross revenue. You have to pay 2.5% every month? That's going to be more expensive than Unreal. Whatever. Anyway, ultimately we charge the lesser of the two. And then here they just have some key updates, which is pretty much, what I already read. And then they have some frequently asked questions. Self-reported. I'm glad they got rid of that. Who is charged the runtime fee? You may work with the publisher to publish a game, and Unity terms support your ability to distribute to a publisher. It may be optimal to have your publisher connect with Unity account. Yeah, they got rid of that. See, I was wondering about that. I was wondering about that. No, they're not gonna remotely. My guess is that Microsoft and all these other places sent them a letter, or maybe just flat out ignored them when they asked and were like, no, we're not paying that. Because remember, initially they were like, Microsoft will pay it. Why? Why in the world would Microsoft pay that? Makes no sense. Does the Unity runtime? See, this was another big concern. And then how do I calculate? Oh, they have an estimator. All right, here we go. Oh. Okay. Unity Pro. Yes. Okay. What the hell? Okay. An initial engagement is defined as the moment that a distinct end user successfully and legitimately acquires, downloads, or engages with the game. They count downloads now? Oh my god. It just gets worse. So now it's downloads? Okay, whatever. Powered by the Unity runtime for the first time in a distribution channel. I have no idea how you would calculate this. I'm going to be honest. How do you calculate this? And of course, it doesn't count for charitable offers, fraud, parody games, or reinstalls do not apply. Again, though, I have no idea how you're supposed to calculate this. This engagement thing literally makes no sense. Okay. So if you make $5 million every month, you're going to have to pay $54,000. Okay. So, I mean, it is technically actually cheaper than Unreal. It kind of felt like it was cheaper. But let's say you make 10 million. You're still only paying 50. Oh, right. Because you're paying the right. I got to get it to cross the threshold. What? I'm thinking this calculator is a little broken. If I make 2.5 billion, Unity's only going to charge me 54,000. What? Let me add another zero here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's say, I don't know, what was that one studio getting? They were getting 14 million. There we go. I had to adjust the monthly engagement. Let's just say 15 million, because that should, like, 16? 18? Whatever. Let's see. Let's do 100,000. 2,500. Okay. So, it's not as bad as I initially thought it was going to be. But I still disagree. Like, I know I'm a bit of an idiot here with the calculator, but I still... Like, I legitimately still... yeah, see, 1,042,000. Then we go back to Pro. Pro people pay 54. So, I mean, you know, it's better to be on Enterprise. So, it is cheaper, but it's also kind of confusing. Because, yes, they clarify what an engagement is. And it's like, I get it. The word install was tainted. So, they made it more broad, which is the thing that companies do. But this is absurd. How am I supposed to calculate engagement? Yeah. We used... Alright, when we first introduced the runtime policy, we used the term installs, which the community found to be unclear. We didn't find it to be unclear. Oh, hell no. We did not find it to be unclear at all. We found it to be retarded. Absolutely retarded. I'm not even going to be polite about this. It was an awful metric. And now you just made it more vague. Sorry. I had to take a drink there. We defined an initial engagement to mean the moment that a distinct end user successfully and legitimately acquires, downloads, or engages with the game powered by the runtime. So yeah, they're going to charge you for downloads now instead of installs. See, installs were more specific. And now, I guess because they know you can't track installs, but they left it in there because like they don't want to fully backtrack, you know? Like they don't want to give up any ground. They want you to give up ground, but they don't want to give up any ground. So they're like, oh, we'll call it an engagement. So now, if a player downloads your game, you have to pay the fee. That is... Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But as we saw here, if you make 5 million a month and you get 1 million downloads, you only owe them $54,000. It's really not that bad. I mean, Unreal would be much more than that. On the other hand, Unreal would not have this, and they would just have this, and you would owe them $250,000. Still, $200,000 if it was the first, you know, like if your game had just released. So, but let's assume like, you know, your game's already made money from the previous month and you already paid, or the previous quarter, I should say. Then yeah, you'd have to pay 250,000. So it's not like it's super great, but I mean, yeah. I don't know how to get this calculator to, like... I think this calculator's broken. No, it's not broken. But, like, if I get 5 million and then literally 1 billion downloads, somehow that doesn't exceed the 2.5%? I mean, yeah, I guess, because they don't want the runtime fee to... Yeah, it won't actually go any... Like, it stops calculating after a certain point. That's probably why I can't get it to bump over. But, I mean, that's fine, but still. Yeah, I forgot about that being a thing with Firefox. Anyway, back to this, because, yeah. We use the word distinct because we don't have to worry about situations where it's impossible to tell players apart. You can count such a situation as if it was one player. Really, they're really going to charge you for a trade show floor? But there was, oh my god. We use the word legitimate because we don't want to bill you for fraudulent activity. We use the term end user because we want to bill you from... okay, we use the term first time because we want to charge you for... Yeah, but the problem is, how in the world are you actually supposed to determine that? Let's see what they say. In practice, we do not expect most customers to measure initial engagements directly, but to estimate them using readily available data. The most appropriate approach to use will depend on your game and your distribution platform. Here are a number of metrics that we recommend. Number of units sold and first-time user downloads. For a game that has an upfront payment, using the number of solds is an acceptable estimate. Subtracting units where the end user requested a refund cannot make the estimate more accurate. For a game with no upfront, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The number of user accounts that downloaded a game for the first time. This is also an acceptable estimate. It is an event that typically occurs only once for each end user. This list is not comprehensive, but submitting an estimate based on these will be acceptable. We plan to provide more specific guidelines on how you can do this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they brought back the WebGL applications. WebGL applications have to pay the runtime fee now. Awesome. For some of my distribution channels, I do not receive data that I can use to accurate estimate for initial how should I report these. In these cases in which your game has crossed the revenue threshold, we recommend you use the revenue share. Ha! Funny. Oh, Unity. Okay, so, I mean, I could sit here all day and nitpick and pull at this. Yeah, they're going to be increasing the price. What's the status? Oh, they are cool. So they are republishing. You can find all our version on the GitHub. What are you changing in the terms? They're kind of rolling back, and they're also going to publish it there. Well, they're not really rolling it back, but they are gonna publish this. But to be honest, in my opinion, they are not under any circumstances. I mean, it's good that it's back, but they're not making any changes to how they can not do this again, other than we promise, bro, trust us. No. No, you've already burned many people with this. So what? Wow, I literally rambled on 18 minutes about this. So what are my thoughts about this? I think it's a little too late. I think the impact of people moving, I think it's done. I think the trust with Unity is toast. I think a lot of people are obviously going to stay for obvious reasons. I mean, a lot of people just can't afford to move, so this is better for them. But at the same time, I think Unity has, made a very complicated, convoluted system. I think it's stupid. Just go to the 2.5% revenue share and just abandon all this runtime bullshit. Just take it all, throw it out the window. Throw it in the dumpster, throw it in the fire, get rid of it, and just say, hey, 2.5%. I understand that they want to be able to go, we're cheaper than Unreal. Yeah, but you're also annoying to calculate. Like, real effort. You know, Unreal's really easy. It's just 5%. It's $50,000 every million. It's really easy to estimate, like, how much you may have to pay to Unreal. Unity, on the other hand, now you got two methods, and you want to figure out both. Granted, the runtime fee does seem to be cheaper-ish. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm going to go back to that thing. Hang on. All right, so let's say I only made $250,000. And let's say I had 14 million downloads. See, it doesn't calculate past that. Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. What if I make 10 million engagements? Oh, they're just gonna charge? No, see, it literally says, like, right there. If I make $150,000, like, it never goes over, no matter how little or how much I make. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say either I'm an idiot or this thing is just kind of wonky. Anyway, so back to my opinion on this matter. I'm glad that they made the change. Okay, but they also trashed a lot of really good will. And while this is certainly better than the initial change, I wouldn't trust them. I would not trust them. As many people are finding out, Godot's not that bad. And if you're trying to make a desktop game, Unreal is way better. Yeah, it costs more, but everything about Unreal is better. Literally everything about Unreal is better. It runs better. It's easier to make a better running game. It looks better. It has a better pipeline. The material system's better. Like, you know, and in fairness to Epic, yes, Unreal Engine 5 is still pretty hefty in terms of, you know, its initial performance impact, but it's improving. Like, it's getting better and hardware is getting better. So it's kind of like how Unreal Engine 4, you know, kind of works pretty well across a wide variety of desktop hardware. Eventually, Unreal Engine 5 is as well. And then, you know, they're constantly improving performance. Unity doesn't fix anything. Like, there are bugs. You know, I've talked to many people since this. There are bugs going back 8-9 years. Unity still has them. Epic, Unreal doesn't have that problem. So, I don't know. But put down in the comments, what do you guys think of this? I mean, it's a pretty big change. It's not a, you know, this is not a small, insignificant change. Like, this is a very big departure. I guess, again, my problem is, how do you trust them? You don't. I mean, this is the only real apology. One line. That's it. And while I think that's great, and I'm glad that there was no, but you were confused. No, you know, no, we were not. But then they have, what is it? We go over here. Wait, hang on, I went too far. Yeah. Then you have this garbage right here. Found to be unclear. No, we didn't find it to be unclear. We found it to be stupid and retarded. Like, I know some people don't like that word, but that's literally the only way to describe that. The install thing was literally one of the most moronic and asinine things they have ever done. Or anyone has ever done. I'm going to charge you for installs. No. But also, too, they brought back the WebGL runtime fee, which I think is super hilarious. So they backtracked on WebGL applications won't have to pay. Now they will. Awesome. And the reason for that is because they have caps and engagements and various other things now and so forth. So, all right, everyone. So be sure to throw down in the comments what you guys think, you know, Unity should do, all that good stuff. I want to hear your thoughts. I will see you all in the next one. Y'all have a good one. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching Raven Gaming Labs. Thanks to all the members and viewers who make RGL possible. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you can be notified. If you want to become a member, hit the join button or link in the description below. Members get early access to videos, member-exclusive content, and more. As well, don't forget to join our awesome community over at Discord. Y'all have a good one.